Tune into this week's Xamarin Show where I have my good friend Prabakaran on from Syncfusion showing you all the amazing UI controls that they have for you. So tune in. Welcome back, everyone, to the Xamarin Show. I'm your host, James Montemagno, and today I have my good friend from Syncfusion, Prabakaran, on. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, it's going good, James. Thank you for having me for this wonderful episode.
Absolutely. I'm really excited because I think that this might be the largest time zone difference. I believe we're 12 hours apart, 12 and a half hours apart right now, because you're over in India, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So it's 9 p.m. in the evening.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was fun scheduling, figuring out the time zones, and I have a lot of coworkers over in India, so I always try to come in real early. So I'm glad that we could get you on because there's tons of new stuff over at Syncfusion. But how about you just kind of introduce yourself, tell everyone what you do at Syncfusion real quick.
Yeah, sure. I am Prabakaran, working at Syncfusion for more than 7 years, and I have been handling some of the data visualization products and the brand new essential UI kit for Xamarin.Forms. So we are going to talk about this episode later. And about Syncfusion, Syncfusion is a component vendor for almost all the Microsoft platforms since 2001. And we have the component for WPF, UWP, Windows Forms, and web technologies, and of course for Xamarin. So we have more than 145 components for Xamarin, which includes from basic editor control to the advanced data visualization controls like chart, data grid, and diagram. So including we have file format libraries for Xamarin.Forms, so you can just manipulate any PDF, Word, and Excel files from Xamarin.Forms mobile app.
Yeah, it's very cool. I always tell everyone about it. I've been a long time user of Syncfusion. We've talked about some of very specific controls, and we've done guest blog posts on like the PDF viewer, which people ask all the time, or editing images, so much great stuff. We have a lot of exciting announcements that you just had, so do you want to get into it, share your screen, and talk about some of the awesome new controls and stuff available?
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's flip over.
Today I'm going to talk about two main things about Syncfusion for Xamarin. So one is the essential UI kit that we have introduced 2 months before, which actually includes more than 55 pre-built UIs for Xamarin Forms, and another one thing is the latest controls we have included in our recent updates. So these are the two main things that I'm going to focus today.
Cool.
So I'm really excited to share this information before moving forward. So as this is going to be a fantastic for news for Xamarin developers. So last week we have added our 6 months free subscription to Visual Studio Dev Essentials. So those who have access to Visual Studio Dev Essentials can make use of Syncfusion controls for free for 6 months.
That's awesome because, by the way, if people don't know, Dev Essentials, you can sign up, we'll put links in the show notes, and now you'll have access to all of this stuff. That's really cool. That's spectacular.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So Syncfusion includes, as I said, we have more than 145 controls for Xamarin.Forms, so including the file format libraries. So our controls support all the major platforms in Syncfusion, including iOS, Android, UWP, WPF, and even for Mac OS. And we have different kind of learning resources so you can get started with from different resources. We have getting started document, we have knowledge base, and we have also community forum. Even you can contact our support if you still not find any information, then you will get response from our developers within 24 hours. So to get started, just go to the syncfusion.com and you can find everything you need to know to get started with the Syncfusion platforms. Under the products, we have listed all the platforms with the area of the respective platform. We have also some free resources available for all the developers. So if you just go to the syncfusion.com, you can find all the information. We have also have separate section for learning resources. So you can just choose whatever you are comfortable with, or you can also refer from multiple learning resources. So this is what you need to know before you actually get started with Syncfusion controls in your Xamarin.
Very cool. Yeah, I love all the ebooks or all different topics are free out there, and I've read many of them. So it's good stuff if you're just looking to learn stuff too.
It's awesome. So now let's move to the essential UI kit for Xamarin Forms. It actually a completely free product, and the entire source you can find from GitHub link. So GitHub, we have. I will share you the link. So it actually includes more than 50 screens. It is not a component. It's a pre-built complete screen for your Xamarin Forms app. So those screens are used in any common mobile apps. For instance, we have login screens and about us onboarding screens. So these kind of screens can be used in majority of the applications. So so these are the I mean so these are the main factor why you need, what is the advantage you will be getting from the screen. So we have also more than 700 icons which is included in the sketch file. Then you can just download the sketch file and make your changes to the design to get different appearance. So let me show you how to include the essential UI kit screens to your Xamarin Forms application.
So this is completely free, so anybody can use this no matter what, basically. So no reason
Yes,
not to. Yeah.
exactly, yes. So once you go to the extension manager of your Visual Studio, you can find an item called Essential UI Kit for Xamarin Forms. So once you install this item, you can find a new menu from your context menu of SAD project or even .NET Standard project. So at this moment, this extension is only available for Xamarin Visual Studio for Windows, and we are actually going to add the same extension for Mac.
Wow.
So here you can see all the screens based on its category, and we have also showing the preview icon, so you can just make sure that you are actually adding the right screen to your project. And we have also search functionality. We can also choose the screens from multiple category from a single edition.
Wow, that's amazing. Like there's just so many different possibilities, and like you said, there's basically something for every single person in here. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing some for my apps that I'm gonna go and start using right now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So once you click the add button, it will add all the XAML pages that actually required for the screens, including the new essential NuGets and the helper classes converters. So everything you need for some screens will for the chosen screens will be added by default. So let me show you the app that actually I have added the login screen. So inside the view, you can find the XAML pages. So it actually followed the MVVM design pattern. So integrating your business logic is really simple. So you don't need to make any changes in the view. You can just integrate your code behind logic in view model.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's not really complicated. So you can find all the XAML files under the views folder. So we have actually adding dummy view models where you can find some commands and properties in it. So here, whenever the login button is clicked from the UI, so the command, the execution will be called here. From here, you can just interact with your server to validate the user. You can use these view models as it is, but if you have if you have any core project that's already used in some other project, you can also integrate with these views without having any trouble.
Cool.
So all the views are really formatted well. So you can also make the changes in the existing view. Anyone can make changes in the existing view. So all the sections are properly formatted with the command, and then you can find it is really simple to make the changes in even in the existing view.
That's really cool. So it just kind of gives you all the XAML, everything you need. I like that it also gives you all the on-platform and all the different things of iOS, Android, tablet, whatnot. That's really cool. I like it. So
Yes. So actually, this is the markup extension we are providing from our core project. So you can have more number of properties than default one. So we can customize based on phone portrait, phone landscape. So that any kind of customization can be available from this markup extension.
Nice.
So, so and then and one more thing is these screens are completely tested with all the latest features of Xamarin Forms. So you can use it use it right now with any latest features like XAML hot reload and then Android trace view. So you can it are always compatible with the latest features,
Cool.
and also the layouts are properly tested with a huge number of data. So you don't face any problem in the performance aspects. So we actually tried with different layouts, different controls to get the best possible performance. Also, it works with all the landscape mode, phone, tablet, even in the UWP we support.
Nice.
So all you need to do is just add the screens and make your application flow. So that's only needed. So you don't need to worry about any other kind of aspect. You have to make changes in the screen.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's really cool. It has all those different customizations on there. I like it.
Yes. So this is what all about Essential Studio. So let's see what are the controls we have recently added to Essential Studio for Xamarin. So this is a simmer control. This is kind of an activity indicator, but it has some information about the item that's going to be loaded. So as you can see this in this demo that I'm actually intentionally loading the items with some demo. So before that you are actually seeing that simmer control as a placeholders. So it's really useful when we have it's a container type control. You can add any view or layout inside this control. So we have some default configurations like animation duration, and we can also set some type of the placeholder. We have also control over the wave width and wave color, and there is a property in simmer control called is active. So whenever it is true, then the simmer placeholder will be visible. So whenever it is false, the control you have added inside the simmer control will be visible. So you can actually bound it with view model.
Mm.
So it's really a nice addition to Xamarin Forms in our recent update.
That's very cool. It's really pretty. I like that. Like kind of, all those animations all built in, so you don't have to worry about it. That's cool.
Exactly, yeah. So this is a rich text editor control. This is actually a most wanted control from our customers was Xamarin Forms, and it's a kind of simple entry editor. So you don't find any difference in the configuration. So, but in the UI you have huge changes. We will have a default toolbar. You can make the text bold, italic, underline, or you can also make the text bigger than other one. You can also change the color of the text. It's entirely customizable. So this is really one cool component that we have added in the recent release. You can just check it out and make use of this control in your Xamarin app.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Just like so much functionality built in. You just drop one control, boom, you have everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the next one is avatar view. So, it's not an easy to consider all the scenarios when it comes to display an avatar in your app. Some people have image, some people have not, and some people have the group of images for, the group conversation. You have to show the group images. So these are the multiple scenarios. You have to write more code to achieve this requirement, especially in a platform like Xamarin Forms. So this is the reason why we brought the avatar view to Xamarin Forms now. So by just configuring few properties, you can achieve all the scenarios I have listed here. So I mean, I will show you the demo of this avatar view, how to configure it in your Xamarin Forms. Again, this avatar view is a container, so you can have any type of avatar image, or you can also choose the default image, or you can choose initial from the name. So these customizations are available. So I will show you the avatar view demo. So and then. This is the effect view we have added in recent release. So effect view is just a container type of control where you can add any content to it, any content in it. So whenever the user interact with it, you can see some ripple effect. So make it interactive. So actually, this is not possible in Xamarin Forms. Uh, Xamarin Forms like platforms for if you want to add any ripple effect to images or icons or even for a custom view. So only you can have the ripple effect if you add the button. So in that way, if you want to have the ripple effect on any of your view, it can be image, icon, or anything, then we can just wrap the control inside the effect view. So
That's really nice. I mean, what's cool about this effect view that some people may not know is that just adding a little bit of interactivity inside of your applications really means like a world of difference to your users. So like Android has a lot of that built in, but other platforms don't. So being able to just like wrap any of your controls that already exist, right? Just like put it in effects view, boom, you add that little ripple. So when you touch on a list view, you touch on an item, that's really nice. This is one thing that I've been really dying for cross-platform for a long time, and I'm just going to go and put it in every single one of my controls. Not all of them, but the majority of them. That's really good. I like it.
great. Uh, and then this is actually a project template for creating a new Xamarin.Forms project with Syncfusion controls. So we actually have been providing this project template for Windows already. Now we are actually added this support to Mac as well. So if you know what are the Syncfusion controls you are going to use in your Xamarin.Forms project, then you can just create a new Xamarin.Forms project with this option. So it's really simple. Let me show you how to do this. So once you install this extension, you can see an item called Syncfusion in the menu. So if you click that, you'll find that Essential Studio for Xamarin.Forms. I mean Xamarin. So once you create a new project, so you will have some basic configurations, basic platform configurations such as minimum Android version, target version, and you can also ignore any platform before adding it. So, and this is really a cool part that you can choose any control that you actually need for your project. So you can choose multiple control or you can choose a single control. So the real advantage of having this is once you choose the control and add it, so it actually add the NuGet package and the some of the initial configuration that you need for that control. So you can just start to add your control in your page. So you don't need to worry about installing the NuGet package and having the init code in the platform projects. So this is a real advantage. So if you're creating new project and you already know what are the controls you are going to use, then use this extension.
Very nice. Very nice. I like how easy it is, and also that you can just see all the controls right there. That's nice.
Yeah. So I will show you how to include the avatar view and the effects in your demo. This is actually the monkey app that you have created, and it's available in GitHub. So so this is the list page. I mean, it actually shows the list of monkeys. Let me go to the slide, and so you'll have some visuals. So this is the monkey list you can see in this page. So what I have done is inside the data template, I have added a simmer control to have the activity indicator. So with the placeholder, I have used the custom view property to configure some of the border based on the actual item that's going to be loaded, and also I set the content of the simmer. I actually replaced the circle view with the avatar. So this is actually I mean simple, and we can have the same kind of property. So the thing is, for avatar view, I intentionally removed the image link for this mandrill monkey. So here you can see the first and last letter of the monkey name. So I have actually configured this using the converter, just really a single line of code. So this is the content type, and actually the binding is same. I am binding with image, and I have added a small converter to convert if the image source is null. I will show you that.
So this way you can determine like if there is an image, display the image. If not, then don't. Oh,
Exactly.
cool.
So if the image is null, I am just sending the content type is initials. If we have some value in the image URL, so I will just return that custom. So it will
Oh,
fetch
cool.
the image from cloud and then show it. So, this way you can have a different kind of avatar view. Even if you are actually providing the group, you can set the group of images to avatar view. So, just a few lines of code can provide, I mean, all your scenarios.
Nice.
So, and then this is actually again same code for displaying the name and location. So if I take a look at the details page, I replace the circle view with effects. So whenever we touch that monkey image, so I will show you that. So whenever you touch the monkey image, it shows the ripple effect. So that actually comes from the view I have added it. So before that, you have to understand that I have declared the namespace for all these views. So this is the effect view. So I have declared the namespace here. The effect view is available inside syncfusion.core.xforms NuGet. I mean, it's a DLL, and then the namespace of effects view is syncfusion.xforms.effectsview. So I have declared the namespace before using it, and there are some I mean minimum properties required to make the effects view good. And inside the effects view, I have again used the avatar view. It's same like as you have seen in the monkeys page, and the same set of configuration is required. And then I'm using the same converter to make the initial or else the custom image.
Very cool. I like that it's, for all intensive purposes, the same amount of code, just better. Like, you know, nicer, these nice controls. Like you can add, you know, functionality. You can add fully custom controls, or you can add these nice effects and update to have the avatar view so it displays extra context with very little work. So that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. And so let me move to the slides. So, and again, I would like to share you that the 6 month free subscription is available for all Visual Studio Dev Essential subscriptions. So, if you have Visual Studio Dev Essential access, you can just go and check it out. What we have, we are providing for Xamarin development, and I think I'm done. And once again, thank you for having me for this wonderful episode. And so that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is absolutely awesome. I will put all the links in the show notes to the UI kit that you can get for free, to the Dev Essentials, to everything in Syncfusion. Thank you so much for coming on. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So make sure that you subscribe to YouTube, Channel 9, wherever you at. Make sure you hit that ding, that subscribe button, so you get all the Xamarin shows right in your inbox. Thanks for watching this episode of The Xamarin Show. I'm James, and have a great day. Hey, James here. Just wanted to check in and thank you for watching this video. Now do all the things that you know you want to do, such as like, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. Become part of the notification squad. While you're here, check out all these awesome videos that I've already recorded. Click on that thing. Click it. Watch it. Do it.